I silently got up and walked out of the restaurant during New Year's Eve dinner after I was told to pay for everyone at the table, my in-laws. So this happened last week and I'm still processing it. My wife and I have been married for 3 years, and her family has always been weird about money. Like, they'll make comments about my job or ask really personal questions about our finances at family dinners. But this New Year's Eve thing was the final straw. We planned to go to this nice Italian place downtown with her parents, her brother Jake, and his girlfriend Amy. Nothing too fancy, but definitely not cheap either. The kind of place where appetizers are like $20 and entrees are pushing 40. I figured we'd each pay for ourselves like normal adults. The whole night started off weird. Her dad kept ordering expensive wine without asking anyone, and her mom was getting the lobster ravioli, which was literally the most expensive thing on the menu. Jake and Amy were ordering cocktails left and right. Meanwhile, my wife and I got pasta dishes and split a beer because we're trying to save money for a house down payment. About halfway through dinner, her dad starts talking about how successful young men should be generous with family, and making these pointed comments about how, when I was your age, I always picked up the check. I could see where this was going, but I kept hoping I was wrong. Then when the server brought the check, her mom just slides it right over to me without even looking at it. Not asking, not suggesting we split it, just assuming I'd pay. The total was over $300. $300 for food I didn't even order most of. I stared at that check for probably 10 seconds. My wife was looking at her lap, not saying anything. Her family was all looking at me expectantly like this was totally normal. Jake was already leaning back in his chair like the meal was over. I've been putting up with their passive-aggressive comments about money for years. How I should drive a nicer car, how we should live in a better apartment, how I need to step up as a husband. But expecting me to drop $300 on their fancy dinner without even asking, that was it. I didn't say a word. I just stood up, grabbed my jacket from the back of my chair, and walked out. Didn't look back, didn't explain myself, just left. I could hear my mother-in-law saying, "Where is he going?" as the door closed behind me. I sat in my car for like 20 minutes just staring at the steering wheel. My phone was blowing up with texts from my wife asking where I went and saying I embarrassed her. Then her dad texted me calling me disrespectful and immature. When my wife finally came out to the parking lot, she was furious. Apparently they had to call Jake's girlfriend's dad to come pay the bill because none of them had brought enough money, which tells you everything you need to know about their plan. The drive home was silent except for her saying I made her look bad in front of her family.